right. Howdy, everybody. So we're going to have a fun night tonight. I don't really know how to... Here, I'll turn this around for a second so you guys can see me. I'll have to move it like this. Anyway, I can't get anything to do with two cameras. It doesn't work. I've tried, so I've given up. OBS does not work. It's a piece of garbage. Maybe you guys know how to use it. I don't. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. You guys have seen me plenty, but I want to talk to you guys about stacking as well as investing today. So we're going to hit that up, and I'm going to show you guys some cool pieces from my stack here, and we're going to use it as some good lessons here. So hit that thumbs up right there, guys, if you haven't done so already. And I'm going to be over here, so hopefully I can chat with you guys on my computer over to the side too. Let's see if I get it to stabilize there. So you guys will see me say howdy over here. All right, great. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple different things. So there's a difference between investing and stacking. Okay. First off, to me, stacking is going to be accumulating precious metals. So I've got a bunch of rosy dimes here. I'm going to bring out and share with you guys here. This will be kind of fun. So that literally is stacking. All right. You can see that right there. So these dimes are 90% silver. All right. And what I like about these dimes is because they're 90% silver, they're very, very durable. Let's see. I don't know if we'll be able to focus on this very well. But yeah, the camera doesn't want to focus, guys. That's too bad. So let's see. Will it do it? No, it's not going to do it. All right, so we'll do things back here. But these are rosy dimes, 90% silver, okay? You can pick these up for not very much money. And these are good things to stack. And so what do I say stacking? Okay, so stacking literally is the term we like to use when you're accumulating a bunch of precious metals. So this stack in particular here of rosy dimes is pretty darn cool. And I've also got a stack here of mercury dimes to show you guys, which is right here. So you can see these two. Here's a mercury dime. All right. So that's pretty fun. Now, these are a little bit older, and this one happens to be in a pretty good shape. I picked up a whole bag of these, I think about 1,000 of them, that it was in someone's house, and they were just looking to unload them, and I was able to buy them below melt, which is perfect. So when you're stacking, you're looking for things like this that are going to be pretty standard, and you know, they're not going to cost you a crazy amount of money. You can also stack like this. These are peace dollars. So you guys might have some peace dollars too. I want to hear from you guys in the comments too. What do you guys like to stack as well? So look at that gnarly peace dollar right there. So this is a peace dollar. It is not coal. It's actually in good shape. It's just very toned. It's got a lot of good detail to it. And here's another one, 1922. You guys can see. Okay. So to me, this is the kind of stuff that's good to stack. And stacking is really, in my opinion, a long-term hold, 3 to 5 years. And the other thing that I look at when I'm stacking, guys, is I also look to see something that is going to be as close to spot as I possibly can get for that product. I'm also looking for situations where you know, they're kind of timeless type coins, or something that's fairly recognizable. Okay, this is going to be pretty recognizable in the country, right? We've got an eagle on it. It says United States of America on it. All three of these do that. This whole stack does. So do these dimes over here. Now, when I look at investing, I look at it being something a little bit different, okay? So one way that's not a great way to invest is these vault boxes, okay? And the reason I say that is you might get lucky with them, but this is a little bit more of a gamble, okay? So the vault box is not really necessarily an investment. It's more of a fun thing to do, and you might hit it big, all right? Now, I got these because of Azure Blue, so you can blame him for these. I haven't opened them yet. If you guys want me to open up these vault boxes, let me know. One of the problems with these being an investment is you kind of have to be very quick with selling them. Otherwise, some of the really high cost coins are already taken, and then the value of what these go for on eBay starts to go down. All right. So today you're going to see lots of hands. I probably need to clip my nails here. Stormy's going to get all mad about me not having perfect hands. I don't know if you guys saw his video on that. All right, we're going to bring some more silver out too. Okay, guys? So today is our silver day. Here's another stack of silver. Okay, so I'm going to bring that out. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about investing a little bit too. So I'm going to show you something that I did that is a clear investment. And we're going to talk about it briefly. So boom, right here. Do you guys have one of these flowing hairs? So I did pick one of these up originally, and I did get the privy in it. So I paid about, I think it was $105 for the coin. Or actually, it's actually a metal, so it's really a round. And look at that, guys. It doesn't even flip around. That's interesting for US, is it not? So there's a really cool eagle on the back there. But I did pull one with a privy, and that we were able to sell after I got it graded at a perfect MS70. I was able to get that sold for $6,800, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. If OC Stacker's on here, he might remember. But to go from 105 to $6,800 investment. Okay, so these can be investments. You can make money off of them. Okay, those are a little bit different. This is also another investment. Right here, a gold flowing hair. Look at how shiny that is. It's a deep cameo. And because it's a coin, it is flipped. I guess that's why they didn't flip the other one. I don't know. I'm not a coin expert, but I do love precious metals, and I do a fair amount of investing. I also do quite a bit of stacking too. Probably more stacking than investing. But this is a really cool coin, and it took me a little bit of time to get it, but I did get a 70 on it. And now I'm debating, do I sell these and make a couple $1,000, or do I hold them and see what happens with the gold and silver price? But there is a set right there. It was fun to send them in and to get, grades like this. Now, OC Stacker sent his in, and he got 69s on both of them. So he's really mad. All right, but we're going to put these guys up here too. So let's move the dimes over here. And yes, I don't do a ton of coin stuff, guys, so that's why I don't have a great setup here. But, sometimes you just got to put a video out, get a live stream going, and make it work. So we're going to put those out there. And I will tell you a little secret. I did cover this up here. Well, that number is not perfect. Let me see if I can change that one a little bit. And the barcode, because it's important to not have people messing with your serial numbers on these things, because they can go and try to create fraudulent coins. You don't want that. Okay, now a couple other cool coins that I have. I got to pull them out here for you guys. That are also investments. One of these guys. I don't know how many of you guys have a Lynx. So this is also a reverse proof. Okay, boom, reverse proof, 70. And that is a really, really good looking Lynx. So you cannot find these anymore to buy. You should go to the secondary market. And even if you do that, they're going to be super expensive. So this one right now is for sale on eBay for $6,500 if you guys want to pick it up. And I paid $2,600 for it, I believe, maybe 27, somewhere around there. So these are going for $4,000 right now, $4,000. Okay, right here, one of these. I'm asking $6,500 because I want a little bit more for it if I'm going to part with it. But that is I'll put him over here, another cool coin. Okay. We're going to run out of space here. I got some cool stuff to show you guys today. All right. the second coin in that series is this guy here, okay? Now I have a video coming out tomorrow with Don Kagan. He's the guy that got Spain to help make these. He helped Spain with making these, and he's also the distributor in the United States. So I've got a video dropping tomorrow at noon, and we're going to go into these two coins as well as the latest two, plus something really cool that has to do with NFTs. So if you're still in here, Azure Blue, you're going to like that video tomorrow, by the way. So let's do this. Try not to make this loud for you guys, sorry. All right, so we got these two cool coins over here. All right, we're gonna move this stuff over to the side, and we're gonna make some room for you guys to see some cool coins, because I don't really bring my coins out all that often. I gotta go get them out of the vault, and then so you guys can see them. So there you go, that's kind of fun. So we got the stack of peace dollars. Oh, look at that. We got some organs in here too in this pile. It's always good to know what you have. But I stack these things. They've just been put away for a long time. So that looks like someone wiped their nose on that one. 1921, pretty common there, guys. We got an 1882. So I don't know. That one might have been clean. That looks pretty darn shiny there. That looks pretty nice. We got another 1921. A bunch of 1921s in here. All right, so we got peace dollars. We got some organs here. Actually, we got a bunch of organs here. So you guys like Morgans. I know it's one of you looking for Morgans out there. All right, so we're gonna put those to the side. I'm gonna show you a couple other coins that are really more stacking. So this is the American Silver Eagle. This is a 2008. Yes, I'm touching these without gloves because if I use gloves, I'll just drop them everywhere. They'll fly off the table and they'll get dented anyway. So when you have nice coins like this, and this one isn't the nicest, it's an okay condition. You know, I'm not too worried about touching it, guys. But these are circulated. You can touch those. So I don't even know what I have in my pile, guys. Look, here's some more Morgans. We've got Britannias. These are pretty good for stacking, guys. More sovereign coins. And then these are really cool coins here too. The Cook Islands, okay? So I got a handful of those. Those you can stack too because they're usually not too expensive. And then you start to get to the rounds. This is a round, all right? Here's another round. This is from SD Bullion. I think these are their Freedom rounds. Yeah, SD Bullion. There you go. All right. I figured you guys saw my face enough. You guys don't need to see any more of my face. So these are the only two, what do we call these things? Philharmonics that I have. I only got two of those. And then these are some cool Canadian 1.5 ounces, I believe. Yeah, 1.5 ounces. Let's see. This is it's a fox. I forget the name of the fox. Anyway, I got this stuff. Like I just picked these things up. This is just silver to stack, guys. Silver and gold to invest, silver and gold to stack. Okay, what's the difference? All right, first off, these have pretty high premiums on them over here, and they have the potential of going way up in value. All right, this is also an investment if you can move quickly on them. But it can also become a gamble because you don't know what's in the box and you might get something worth less than what you paid for it. You might get something worth a lot more. These are pretty timeless type coins here because they have low mintages on them, but they're not old. These are new kinds of coins. Okay, I'm going to show you some other coins that I still think these would be stacking, by the way. So here is a St. Gaudens double eagle. Boom. I love this design, by the way. One of my favorite designs. Hopefully you guys can see the coins okay. I don't know how to adjust the phone camera very well. Azure Blue takes full responsibility for that. Oh, don't drop your coins, guys. All right, there we go. After all, it's just money, okay? It's just money. It's just money. All right, and then I picked this up too. So here's what's really cool. I'm going to tell you guys about these. Doing the coin show in Long Beach, I was able to trade a Crew Grand. Okay, I don't have those here, but I was able to trade a Crew Grand for this eagle. And I will do that all day long, all day long. That basically made me about 60 to 80 bucks. Okay, so something that is bullion, that is something you stack, became basically an investment, right? That's kind of cool. All right, so we got that. I also traded a Crew Grand for one of these. Now, that's not quite as good of a deal. However, let's see what year this is. 1908. I'd still rather have this than a Crew Grand. It's U.S. coinage, and it's an old coin. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, so we'll leave those there. The other thing I want to talk to you about with investing is mining stocks. Okay, now this is not a mining stock video talking to you about that. But mining stocks are some of the most undervalued stocks that are out there, and you have massive potential with the mining stocks to make money. Now, what I'm going to tell you guys about that is I have started a mentorship program on Slice. And if you go down to the bottom of the description, you'll see a link to it with a discount code that goes until the end of the day, Saturday. I'm going to be talking more about that over the next couple days, this mentor thing, because I want you guys to have an opportunity to get in there and get a good price on it if you want to do it. But what I'm looking at with my memberships, I'm going to be changing it here. So we're going to have a $3 membership, which is so you guys can have cool icons. We're going to have a $50 membership, which is going to be for our monthly call, 1 hour call with Surfer. And then there's going to be a $200 membership, which is a one-on-one session. If you guys want to know how to do this stuff, if you want some advice on it, I can't give you financial advice. I can give you advice on your stacking. I can give you coaching on it. But I'm going to be doing that. Okay, so that's 1-to-1. And then there'll be a fee for Slice to see all of my trades I'm doing with my mining stocks. I might throw some of my crypto trades in there. And then I'm going to be telling you guys when I'm buying gold and silver and when I'm picking these up. Just so you know, all this silver right here, I picked up at basically $3 per face below melt. Okay, how many of you are buying dimes at $3 face below melt? Sometimes we get bags of like 2,000, 3,000 dimes, and we've got about a week to move them. So we're also looking to figure out how to get you guys a better deal on bulk purchasing like this too, that we find here in California. I've also been able to buy eagles like this below spot in a large quantity. Okay, you can see it's not a perfect eagle, but it's in pretty good shape. And if I can buy these below spot, I do that all the time. All right. Now, these kinds of coins you need to be careful of because they have a premium. This is a reverse frosted proof too. Lady and the Tramp. I actually have the Air coin. I don't know where it is though. But see, not US, does not flip that way, flips this way. These are a little bit more expensive. You're going to usually pay a premium of another $5, maybe $10 on top of an eagle. Same amount of silver. So if you're stacking, stack. Collecting, get one for fun, and then move on. Stacking, go get a bunch of these. Now, if you want to save money and get more bang for your buck, you go after the rounds, okay? That's going to save you money. Go after rounds, and you can get some cool looking rounds. Look at that. It's got a mirror finish to it. The issue with the rounds, though, is they're not U.S. currency. They may end up being taxed more than the U.S. currency. They're also not as recognizable, and some people may have a hard time with these when you get to the point of wanting to unload them. But I will tell you, when you go to an LCS and you go to sell a round versus an eagle, you're probably going to get, for the eagle, $1, maybe $2 more per coin than you would for a round. However, you might have spent $8 more for one of these guys. So just know what you're getting into. I like eagles still a lot. I do buy them, especially if you can get yourself into, if you've got enough money to get a monster box and you get a sealed one. Eagles can go from just being a thing you stack to something that you're investing in, okay? So that's part of what I wanted to show you guys. I've got a couple other things. While I have it out, I'll just show you guys some other cool crap. So Costco is another tip I'll give you guys real quick, and these will be the kind of things we're going to talk about on Slice. Costco Gold, okay? What's awesome about Costco Gold is that you can buy these online, you can buy them in the store, and what I like about it is, first off, this is 24 karat gold, and the Eagle, by the way, is 22 karat gold, if you guys do not know that yet. Okay, there's the Eagle. This is a type 1. So it's a backdated coin, which means that they don't make that design anymore. Buffaloes, there's only one design of these guys. Now, one of the reasons this is great to get from Costco is if you can time it right. There are days when the price of gold is going up. And what you can do is you can go buy one of these guys for about the price of spot, or maybe for 50, 20 bucks more than spot. But if you've got the credit card from Citibank, they'll give you 4%, right there, 4% back in February in cash, okay? So you've got the ability, and these coins right here, I was able to make $100, basically buy them for $100 below spot from Costco. There's a brother to it. Okay, I was able to buy these $100 below spot from Costco, and they do come in these assay cards, and they basically are a capsule as well. And you know, I think these guys, I picked them up around $2,800 or so. So now the price has gone up even more. Go try to buy a Buffalo for $2,800. Oh, wait a second. Let's try $2,700 is what I really paid for it. So go try to buy one of these for $2,700 right now. So this is still stacking. This is not investing, unless you're going to take it to the coin show and try to flip it and make a few quick bucks. Okay. All right. So we got these guys. So I don't even know where to put these. We're going to put these guys over here. Now, I got a few other fun things I'm going to show you guys real quick. And I'm not going to do a lot of videos with hands and about coins because I like to keep my privacy. And it's a pain in the butt to go get this stuff out of the vault. But a couple other coins I want to show you guys that are kind of cool. And you can keep them like this too. This is nice gold, okay, old gold, Indians, right? These are $2.50, I believe. Well, let me see here. I think these are the, $2.50 size. This is my most favorite coin of all time because of the way that they minted this and stamped it. It just looks so cool. So, and I think it's a really cool design. But these guys are awesome. So there's two of them in there hanging out. They're buddies. I put two of them in there just to see if they might reproduce and make 3. So I'm hoping I'll get 3 out of here one of these days when I open it. We'll see what happens with that. Here's another cool dragon coin. And I picked this up at an auction and got a killer price for it. But this is a really fun coin too. And it is a coin, guys. So obviously I didn't have it in the right position. That's how the dragon goes. What's the diameter? I'll have to measure that. I don't have a way to measure that right now. I don't have any calipers. If you guys haven't done so, hit that thumbs up so more people can see my stash and have fun looking at this, because I don't do it very often. Also hit the subscribe and bell icon if you guys haven't done so already. But yeah, this is the Myth and Legends series. This is not Year of the Dragon. And it is a really cool coin. If you kind of look, it looks way better in person. There's all these little lines that are basically mirror finish. And, well, it's not exactly mirror finish, but they are stamped smooth in the field versus the rest of it. So anyway, this is a really cool coin. I think I have this one up for sale for $4,000 on eBay, partially because I don't want to sell it. So you got that. You can get Britannias in the 10th ounce. Okay, this is a good stacking coin too, in a 10th ounce size. Another coin that I picked up that I thought was pretty cool is this Napoleon 10th ounce. So these are kind of fun. I've sold 3 of these so far on eBay. This is my last one I've got. So that's not for sale. I'm holding on to it. The silver looks really cool in the 5 ounce, by the way. But the Napoleon looks good. I have not bought any of the others. I don't think the other ones look very good. So I haven't bought those, just this guy. All right, so we'll throw him over there. Okay, another one of my favorite coins is the $10 Indian. If you guys don't have one of these things, this looks pretty cool. Yes, this is actually a coin, not a round, guys. So this is a coin. It is Republic of Nigeria. So it is a coin. This is also a coin from the United States, for those of you that don't know. But this one's from 1932, okay? So it's one of the second to last year when they made pre-33 gold, right? But these are pretty cool. And if you look at the, let me just take it out. Oh, I wish I had a better camera for you guys to see, but there is stars and letters going around the edge of these coins, okay? So they don't have a reeded edge like a Silver Eagle does. You can see the reeded edge here. This was so that people can't scrape it off, and then I just knocked over the mercury dimes here. These do not have it, right? They don't have reeded edges. They actually have stuff on there. Speech. Can you guys hear me okay? Or you want me to give you a speech? Oh, Trump gave a good speech. Okay. So there's this really cool Indian too, guys. All right, so I'm going to come look at your comments here in a minute. But anyway, there's the Indian. And this $10 Indian comes with a pretty cool eagle too on the back. You guys, it's just silver. Don't freak out about trying to overly protect some of these coins. Don't spend the money and go put capsules on all this stuff. This stuff doesn't need capsules, okay? Does not need capsules. It's already milk spotted anyway. All the Britannias I have, all milk spotted. I don't buy those anymore. Eagles, I do have some of them in good capsules, some of them I don't. What do you know? Look at this. I didn't even know this. It's always good to take inventory. I've got 3 of these. I don't know where these came from. I thought I sold all these. There's 3 of them. All right, I guess those aren't all sold. So if you guys want one of those, let me know. But we got that. That's kind of fun. The other thing I'm going to tell you guys is this stuff. Don't buy this stuff. I bought this a long time ago. It's a proof 10th ounce eagle. I mean, maybe buy one for fun because they're kind of fun. But I'm going to sell these. I don't really need these guys. And if I can get an extra 50 to 70 bucks for it and put it into silver, it's totally worth it. Okay, now, last thing I'm going to show you guys. This is also not stacking. This is a little bit more, well, some of it's stacking, some of it's investing. I'm going to show you this stuff that does go in capsules for fun. And this is for you people that think that Surfer doesn't have any silver and gold stuff, I guess. All right, we got koalas. These are fun. These don't necessarily need to go in a capsule. However, these coins are way cooler. And that means it goes into one of my boxes labeled box number 1, and it's number 55. We do that when we're doing the coin shows. But this is frosted, and because of that, I would definitely, you don't have to, but I would. I put them in the capsules when they are frosted like this, coming from New Zealand Mint, or for the Australian Mint. I don't know, Perth Mint. Crap, I forget. You guys will have to correct me. Oh, Yankee's in here. He's going to have to correct me too. So these guys, it's the king. I don't care. It can get scratched. I don't care. It's the king. And the funny thing is I didn't like it when the queen was on my coins either. Okay, we got some koalas here. I do have some of my, like I said, if they're in BU shape, I do have these eagles and capsules, okay, 2021, look at that, type 1. I think that's the only type 1 2021 I got. And then you've got the 2020 over here, which also is a type 1, guys. Did you know that? They changed it halfway through the year in 21. So these have capsules. This one doesn't. It's kind of gnarly. This is my one proof eagle that I have, and it's pretty cool. And if you guys don't have a proof eagle, I recommend at least getting one. So that's kind of fun. A couple other coins these are rounds. I got these from a friend. He traded me for some other stuff, but this is Intiglio Mint. And I don't know what the heck they are. It's like a skull with a wing and I don't know, it's kind of a gothic thing. But I picked these up, and they do a good job with their coins. They look pretty cool. Those don't necessarily need to have a capsule on them, but you'll get more for them. And this is the kind of stuff I do not pay premiums for. But if I do come across it, I will sell it for a premium. I do that. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so one of the things I'm going to tell you guys is on Sunday, I'm going to pull out my entire Star Wars collection. And we're going to do Star Wars stuff. There's my lightsaber. I don't think my kids appreciated me bringing the lightsaber to the episode 3 Star Wars last night at the movie theater. But I had to. Sometimes dads have to embarrass them. Okay, a couple other coins I'm going to show you guys, and I want you guys to kind of guess on these ones. Okay, we're going to talk about whether these are investments or if these are coins to stack. Okay, so put that in the comments. I want to see what you guys think. So here's the first one. This is a giraffe. Okay, it is a coin. It is from the Republic of Ghana, and it's 1,000 francos. Okay, so put a 1 in if you think this is a stacking coin. Put a 2 in if you think that this is an investing coin. All right, I'll give you guys a second here because it's delayed on my side from what you guys can see. All right, I'm going to look at your questions as we go into here too. So we're just kind of doing rapid fire around coins. Oh my gosh, Yankee, I should totally do Han Solo, because if I grow my hair out, it looks just like Han Solo's hair when it gets really wavy, except I'm not very tall. So that's kind of a problem. But I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I think I've got the biggest silver Star Wars collection out of any stacker on YouTube. And I'm going to show you guys what I have, and I'm going to tell you what you don't want to do, which is what I did. Don't buy all this stuff. It's way too expensive. All right, we got 1s and 2s here. So some are saying that this is one that you would collect, okay? Frankly, this is one that I think is just a stack, okay? It really isn't any different than a Britannia, all right? So those of you that put a 1 on, I think you guys are right on that. It's really not it's not going to stand out as a collector piece. Now, you might see someone trying to sell it to you for a lot more money, but that's just a coin. Nothing special about it. Okay, what about this? What about this? This is a round, okay? It's really shiny. So this one is a Liberty 2022. And see that? The eagle. It's a really nice looking eagle. So this came in a big fancy box. I got this directly from the mint. Is this 1, a stacking coin, or 2, more of an investment coin? And then kind of the third thing I want to hear from you guys is, do you think this actually went up in value, or do you think it's the same exact price as it was the day it came from the mint? So look at that. Okay, yes, Azure Blue. If you get this in gold, people are asking like $8,000 to $9,000 for these coins, and some are going as high as like $15,000 to $16,000. They're not going to get it. But I've seen some people asking that. We had someone come up to us at the Long Beach Coin Show and ask us if we would buy it from them for like $12,000. I said, get lost. We're not going to do that. But I told him I would pay him $4,000 for it, but he wouldn't take it. All right, so this one here has a lower mintage, okay? So this one's a little bit of a trick question. Number one, it is not an investment coin. You're not going to get more money out of this. It is not low enough mintage to really go up in value, okay? It's not the same as these guys over here. It's not like these coins back here. It's also not like an eagle because they make a lot more eagles than they make of these. The problem with these coins is they do make enough of them that they just don't go up in value. Now, this design is cool, so I wanted to get one to have it, but I wouldn't stack them, but they are more of a number one. They're more of a coin that fits into a stack than just an investment coin. However, I wouldn't stack them because they're expensive. I think these were around like 75 bucks, something like that. So these are fun to maybe get one and put it into your stack for your family. Okay. All right, here's another one we're going to do. We just have a couple more of these I'm going to put up for you guys. So this is a Canadian 2017. And this is a 3/4 ounce. I don't know why in the world would they make a 3/4 ounce coin. I don't know. But there's Elizabeth on there. So, you know, the moment that everybody starts really complaining that the queen's on the coin, that's when they give us the king. So watch out. When you complain about the queen, you might end up with the king. All right. Now notice they always change the direction of the profile. That's just a tip for you guys when each new monarchy comes up. Okay. I'm glad we don't have a monarchy on the back of our coins. We have an eagle. So I like that better. Now, go and see how many countries have the queen on. You'll see how big the British Empire was. No, Stormy, as far as I know, Stormy does not have one of these in gold. I do think he's got these guys in gold over here. I don't think he has one of these in gold. At least I haven't seen it. So this guy here, is this a coin you could stack, you know, relatively inexpensive, or is this a collector's item? You know, kind of an investment coin, which would be number 2. Let's see what you guys say on that one. All right, and then I've got one more that I'm going to show you guys too. All right, we got ones on these. Some of you guys are still coming in. I don't even know how many people are in here, so if you guys haven't done so, hit that thumbs up. I think we've got 45 thumbs up, 61 of you guys in here. All right, so the other thing I'm going to tell you again, if you go down below, you can hit the subscribe bell icon and the thumbs up. The other thing you can do is go down to the description and you can see my new mentor program that's coming on Slice. And I'm going to be talking about how to make money off of mining stocks, as well as stacking and investing in coins, and how you can turn that into larger stacks. So I'll just give you guys an example. I can take these 2 coins right now, put them on eBay, and I will make between $1,500 and $2,500 profit if I sell those, okay? And I can take that profit and I can then go buy a bunch of constitutional silver that people are selling here in Orange County, California, for, you know, pretty close to melt or below melt. All right. That's a way that you can grow your stack by investing. Okay. So yeah, this one here, I would say is a 1. Okay. I think this one's a 1. You know, you may have to pay a little bit of a premium at some stores because they see that the design is different, but really you shouldn't. This is not going to be any different than really buying a Britannia. Okay. Some people might charge a little bit more for them, but they're really not that much different. They do have the frosting on there. Yes, it kind of has that reverse proof look to it, but honestly, it's silver. So when you see coins like this, unless you love Rams, don't pay a premium for them on top of what you can buy Britannia for. And if this is your option, and this one is, you know, $3 less than this one, I would just go get this to stack. Okay, this isn't going to go up in value. It might be fun to have for your collection, but it's not going to give you any real additional value. Now, a Star Wars coin like this, you might be paying like a $15 to $20 premium on top of the price of like a Britannia. And if you're a big Star Wars fan and you say, hey, that looks like a really sick Vader move, you might want to go buy one of those coins. Okay, and these coins do cost a little bit more. And they will have a little bit more of a market for them. But the only way you're going to make money off of these and have this be a 2 is if you buy them in rolls right off the bat and you plan on reselling them. Otherwise, and you usually have a 1 to 2 year window. Okay, so this is another cool collection I'll show you guys. So this is the Mary Read. These are pirate coins. I do not know how much these are worth right now, but I love ships. So to me, this is a coin that is collectible. It's going in my deep stack, and my kids can decide what to do with it, or my grandkids. And that's Solomon Islands there. So there's the first one, Mary Read. Actually, I don't know what the order is, guys. Sorry. The Anne Bonny or Bonnet. And then we have, and I don't know why this one doesn't have these skulls in the bottom there, but this is the Qing Shi. These are all 3/9 fine silver, 1 ounce coins. And these are going to cost you more because they're lower vintage and they became a little bit more collectible. And sometimes you can have these be an investment coin where you may be able to pick this up. At the time, I think silver was probably at about 25 bucks. So you might have been able to pick one of these up for, say, $32. And then a lot of these coins went up into like the $50 range. Okay. So you can make small investments into this, but you're not going to get rich off of it. All right. I don't know if I've got anything else interesting to show you guys. I guess I do have a little bit. So this is another thing I'll tell you guys. So yeah, put questions in all caps. I'm going to come to questions in just a second here. So lower mintage, cool coin, but not really one that's going to go up in value drastically. For fun, because I needed to have a couple more coins when I sent all these guys in to get graded. I sent these in. So you've got the reverse proof of the Morgan and the Peace Dollar. And these ended up coming back as 69s. So they really don't have much of an additional value for this. This was not a good move. I'm not going to make really any money off of this. I might break even on these guys. Okay. Now, I didn't order these. This is something the U.S. Mint sent me, even though I didn't have an order for it. And I could have sent it back, but I thought I would just get them graded instead. It didn't work. So you gotta watch out for stuff like that. All right, so let me look at your questions real quick. Here's some fun stuff to look at. I know you guys like to, look at shiny stuff on here. Okay, so throw your comments in caps and we'll see what you guys have here real quick. So we're not winding this thing down yet, but I do want to look at your questions real quick. So I'm just going to throw some more over here. Yeah, these guys. So that's part of Surfer's Fun Stack, guys. Now, we got a question from Sean. I don't know how to put it up on here because I'm doing this through YouTube today. Don't know if there's a way for me to highlight it. It does not look like it. So we got a question from Sean. How much does the gold links go for now? Okay, so this coin here, I just talked to Don Kagan. I interviewed him yesterday, and I've got a video coming out at noon tomorrow Pacific, so 3 o'clock Eastern. A lot of these coins are going for $4,000 right now. He offered me an extra $1,000 over spot yesterday if I was willing to sell it. And these are going for $4,000 right now. I've got it listed for $6,500 on eBay because I don't really want to sell it at the moment. But I'm kind of debating, right? Like, do I hold on to this or do I flip it and make some money off of it? But this coin is going for $4,000. It's the first of the series. And this is also, Let me see here on the grading. Sometimes the grading will show you what number it was graded. This one is number 4. So this is the 4th coin graded like this from PCGS that came in as as NGC that came in as a 70. These ones are going for a little bit less, but you can't buy them raw anymore. You have to pretty much find them graded. So I'd have to double check, but I think the Toro's going for a little closer to like $3,500. Actually, it'd be more than that. This is probably going for about 36. Okay, let me see what other questions you guys have. Rick Bruce Roche says, Surfer, have you seen the Royal Mint 80th Anniversary V-Day coin, 22K, the rest is Palladium? No, I have not seen that, but that sounds pretty cool. I'm going to get my hand out of the camera there. Okay, let's see what else we got. You guys are asking questions here. Sean, if you've got a raw one of these, you can probably get pretty close to $4,000 for it. I don't think having it be graded is making a massive difference on it right now. The premiums come down a little bit on them. But if you've got a raw one of these, you could probably get pretty close to $4,000 for it. I think $4,000 is too low for this, personally. Okay, what's gold going to do, guys? Gold's going to keep pulling back. I know it's not the popular opinion, but I think gold's going down to $2,800 before it's going to 4,000. And I put a video out on that, and you guys didn't like it. No one liked it. They didn't like that video, but I think gold's going down to $2,800. I'm still buying when I find a deal because you can dollar cost average down and you can dollar cost average up. So, you know, I'm just not going crazy on it, but I am looking to sell some of my gold as well. And for that reason, you know, I'm looking at coins like this, and I will probably be putting these up for sale, and I will probably be putting these up for sale on eBay, but I'm going to stick to a specific price. And if I can get that price, great. If not, then I'm going to wait. You know, there's no need for me to go out and just sell like this Britannia right now. This is, you know, I'm just holding this. Most of this is just going to be held. Like I said, these are some cool coins that I want to keep and hold on to. Like this coin too. A coin like this, I don't really care. Like this is stuff that goes out at the coin show. And if someone comes along and likes one of these coins, we just negotiate and we sell it. Okay, so I'm not too worried about that. The stuff that I'm trying to accumulate right now is a lot more of the constitutional silver. I'm picking up as much of that as I can. Morgans and peace dollars, but I don't overpay for these things. Like I'm not going to pay over $30 for, I'm not going to pay $30 for one of these. These I paid $25 for, and guess what? Good luck on buying them at that price right now. But that's usually what I go for, maybe up to $27. But I'm not going to buy coal ones at $27.99. I'm not going to do that. That's kind of what I'd look at. So Keiko Gold has it at 3,235.20. It's going that way. Okay. Now we're gonna have up and down days, guys, when it comes to the price of silver and gold. We're gonna have up and down days. But what you have to remember is we just had gold make a massive, massive move up. Okay, so it's got to do a little bit of correcting, or we're gonna have a crash. We want it to correct a little bit. So having gold go down to you know, $3,000 an ounce is really good. We want that to happen because it can test it, and if it tests it for a couple different opportunities going down there and it does not dip below 3,000, it becomes the new floor, and then gold's going to go up again. So I'm okay with that happening. And move the eagle like that. I'm okay with that happening. And by the way, 24 karat gold, do not take it out of capsules. You will damage it. Keep it in there. All right. Yeah, so Azure Blue is correct. So Kind of my train of thought is I like to pick up gold. And I like to have 1 of these ounces of gold for every $50,000 of net worth I have. Okay, that's my rule of thumb. So when my net worth goes up, I'm going to get more gold. When my net worth goes down, I don't necessarily sell that, but it's my wealth insurance. Silver's a little different. I buy this silver and I buy this silver for SHTF. I also buy it when it's on sale because it's pretty easy stuff to move. But I like to also buy, wherever they are, Silver Eagles too, as more of an investment. And in general, my silver is more of an investment because I believe this is the most undervalued that you can buy out here. So when the ratio is above 80, I like to go pick up more silver than I do gold. Okay, right now my ratio is I have $2 in gold for every $1 I have in silver. Okay, that's my ratio right now. Yeah, I don't buy anything that's clad. I mean, I will buy a round. I have a round here that's I showed you guys earlier. I don't know, right here. You can buy rounds like that, but her cheek's kind of messed up. But I wouldn't buy clad stuff. I also don't buy 40%. I only buy 90%. Reddit silver. You can buy this stuff off Reddit. People will sell it. I don't have the time to mess around with Reddit. I need more of a platform that sells stuff when I'm sleeping. And I guess you could do that off Reddit too, but it's just kind of Wild West for me. Maybe I'm getting too old for it. You guys might say you don't look old, but I feel old. I do have some platinum as well. Platinum is way, way undervalued. Palladium is way undervalued. The problem with both of those, with platinum and palladium, is this. Those metals tend to go up in value when we have a strong economy and when we have auto manufacturer sales going up. Those aren't going up right now. So there is going to be a time when I think those will be more valuable. I've heard some people say they'll never be valuable again. When you hear someone say that, that's usually a meaning we're in the bottom, right? We're at the bottom of the market. So you can look for those, but I would make sure you have 1 ounce for every 50,000. And then I would also get about $100 face per person of junk silver, or if you want to go a little bit more, get $200 face per person, junk silver, before you go get platinum and palladium, my opinion. Not financial advice, by the way, just what I would do. Limited mintage coins. So look, when you get limited mintage coins, do not overpay too much for those things because they're not. It depends on who is going to go buy them. So, this is a limited mintage coin, right? Like maybe they made 15,000 of these, okay? But there may not be 15,000 people that care about this. So you might be paying a very high premium for it, and you may have a hard time selling this coin down the road. That's the problem with buying limited mintage things. It sounds really cool, but it may not have that full value. Now, this has a limited mintage. It's the first coin in 400 years made from Spain. And this is number 4 that was graded. This has some real limited mintage to it. That piece of silver, not so much. This, limited mintage, and there's a much broader audience than someone that might want a pirate coin, okay? So it kind of depends on what it is. And if you're buying it and it's expensive, you need to like it, okay? If you're buying this and you don't like this coin and you don't want to hold it, you're taking a big risk that it may not come back graded 70, for example. You're taking a risk that it may not sell, and you're going to have to hold it. I can take the risk of holding these 2 coins and not selling them right off the bat. I can take the risk of these. Okay, not everybody can do that, so you need to be very careful with it. Let's see. Okay, Michael Porter has FOMO. All right, so Azure's also corrected me, saying that platinum has a lot for the hydrogen economy too. But the case right now is I don't think you're about to see platinum and palladium go skyrocketing up. I think you got some time to buy it still, and I would look at it. But it's more of a investment metal, the palladium and platinum. Okay, so if you don't have very much silver, if you don't have any gold, I would stay away from those. I would go get this stuff first. Now, gold's gotten super expensive, right? So, these things are going for, this coin would probably go for about $3,600 right now. That's not cheap. Okay, that's pretty expensive. So if you're looking to get some gold for the first time, you want to go with things like this Britannia, 10,000. Okay, and I wouldn't wait super long for you to stack up to buy 10 of these things. I would go get this because the gold price does move. Yes, it could be going down for a little bit. I don't think it's going to stay there very long. The other thing with this is you're going to pay a little higher premium on the 10th ounces. But what I recommend doing is, with these guys specifically, is looking at quarter ounces. If you can do that, you're going to get a little bit better bang for your buck. However, when gold hits $10,000 an ounce, this is going to be $1,000, probably a $1,200 coin. Okay, gold is going to hit $10,000 an ounce. I just can't tell you when. All right, so super chat. I don't know if it'll let me. Let me see. I don't think it'll let me put it up on the screen, but you guys can see it there. So, Christopher James, thank you for the super chat. Do you prefer to buy online from LCS or peer-to-peer? Also, when you go buy, what is your preferred testing method? All right, I'll be right back. I'll show you guys my preferred testing method. Okay, Yankee was on here earlier. I don't know if he's still on here. He does a lot of like the ping coin test. Okay, so what do we got in here? I don't know. They did send me this, so you guys can go. We'll put this up on the screen for them. They are not a sponsor. I don't get any money from this or anything, but if you guys don't have a pocket pinger, you should go get one of these. You don't have to have one, but they do help, okay? So you also want to have some real and fake coins, okay? And, well, I don't know. Do you guys think these are real? Do you think they sent me real coins? Let's see if you guys can tell the sound, okay? So that is metal and that is metal. I can feel them. But, well, that one you can see right there. See, that says fake copy on it. Okay. So if you were looking at a Walker that was this shiny, 1939, it would actually be a pretty cool coin to have. Let's see this one. This one says fake copy on it too. Okay, they look pretty dang good though. These are some good looking copies. I've only bought one fake one, and this would be a, let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, so coin ping test. Seriously, if you guys don't have one of these, go buy them. They're cheap. All right. And they're much better than trying to do this stuff, like where you hold it on your finger. Okay, that's a horrendous sound. By the way, they sent me this one. I just haven't gotten around to showing it off yet, and it is, it's all rubber banded on here. Don't have a knife with me. Let me see if I can, yeah, I can work it around. Okay, just a second, guys. I am getting around to your question here. Okay, so here's the ping tester, okay? You don't really need the stick, but you know, if it makes you feel cool, you can use the stick. So I'm gonna test this real quick. You guys are gonna hear these fake ones, and then we're gonna show you real ones, okay? So you can just use your thumb, okay? Or you can get a little louder. Oh, hear that? That is just doesn't sound right. Okay, now let's go for a real Morgan. Okay, you guys tell me, can you hear a difference? Put a 1 in if you can hear a difference. Okay, that's the real sound. That's the fake sound. All right, you guys can, I think you can hear a difference. You can do it with gold too. You put gold in here. And 22 karat gold versus 24 karat gold will sound different, but we're not doing that. Okay, so this is one way you can do it. Coin ping tester, okay? They were cool, they sent this over. I probably need to get signed up to get you guys some of these. This is what I test though. So that's a good tester, but I have this guy. This is what I like to use, okay? The Sigma machine. All right, and I'll show you guys that in just a second. And let's see. Let me see what else you were asking on there. Oh, from LCL. So this is local. I bought this local from people off of Facebook. Okay, local, friend, local. Got all these. I think I picked all of these up for 25 bucks a piece. Okay. So you can get killer deals from local. It's one of the best ways to do it, but you have to go test every dime. Test every one of these dimes to make sure they're real, okay? Don't just buy something from someone and expect it's okay. When you're buying it from someone you don't know or someone that is not going to guarantee something, you got to test it. And you want to test it on one of these guys. If you're buying a bunch of bulk stuff, I wouldn't test it with this. Okay, this is good when you're doing a few, but if you're going to do all of these, you got to at least have the app set up, and I think you may have to do a little extra for that. But this is all local. These I picked up at the coin show, so that was also local from someone that came to us. This is from US Mint. These came from Empire Precious Metals on one of Stormy's auctions. These are from, I think these came from SD Bullion. So I do buy stuff from online dealers. Let's see what else we got here. These came from SD Bullion. Okay. US Mint. Actually, these were secondary that I picked up. These came from auctions on eBay. Costco for these guys. And so what's my preference? Well, what I like to do is I like to look for these local deals. This is where I get my best deals, guys, right here. It's just they don't come very often, okay? So then what I end up looking for is I look for local deals from my coin shop every once in a while. And, you know, coin shop, you might be able to pick up some Morgans. You might be able to pick up something like this. But the other place I like to go to is Miles Franklin. His information for Andy with Miles Franklin, info@milesfranklin.com. Let him know Stacking Surfer sent you. There's a small referral fee that helps the channel out, guys. And by the way, my channel's not very big. I'm not rolling in it. Like, we might make 100 or 200 bucks a month on ads. It's not a lot. And that includes memberships that come in. All right, guys. So most of this is charity, helping you guys out and doing what we can do, and hoping that it'll grow over time. But I like to use online bullion dealers like Andy or SD Bullion or even AppMex, JM Bullion, or places I've bought from. Hero, I've heard a lot about. Bold, I've heard a lot about. I have not bought from either of those places. They can be really good, but here in California, I have to buy $2,000 worth to not pay the 7.5% sales tax. When you buy local, that's up to me to decide if I'm going to send the sales tax in. Okay, we had another super chat from 3 Dinglets, $10. Thank you. Hey, Surfer, are you familiar with the capsules that the flowing hair gold come with? I can't seem to find that capsule being sold separately on the net. Would you know any information on that? I have both capsules still. So send me an email at stackingsurfer@gmail.com. I've got the capsules that these came in. I've also got the capsules that this came in, okay? I got this one for my wife. This is one of my favorite coins of all time. That's a really cool eagle too. There you go. But the only way to get these capsules, as far as I know, is it's going to be someone that sent it in for grading. But I can try to get you the dimensions on it. I kind of have to keep them in there because they come with the boxes when I go to sell these is the only problem. So I can try to see if I can help you find and locate those. So Rick Roche also talked about the Ducats. Yes, Ducats will be less expensive than a lot of this gold, but they also go for a lot less. It's just like Krugerrands. A Krugerrand's going to cost you a lot less than one of these. You're also going to get a lot less when you go to sell it back. But just know that you're going to pay premiums on some of this stuff. You may not get all your premiums back. 3 to 5 year hold on coins that are expensive, okay? Stuff like this, you might be able to hold it for a little bit less time because it's a Morgan. But, silver is going to go up and down and all over the place until the market breaks and the manipulation stops. Then this stuff's going to the moon. Okay. Don't buy these used, okay? Buy them new. So let's use it real quick. We're going to show you guys. Okay, you see that? Pure gold, 3.9's fine. Okay, I forget. American Eagle has its own setting. So here you go. All right, do you guys see that? It's in the brackets. Good sign, okay? Real gold. All right, now you can give yourself a heart attack if you put it on the wrong setting. You put it on this setting, okay? All right. Bad. That tells me that it's not 3.9's fine pure gold, okay? It's got other metals in there. That's why they have a setting for eagles. You need to know things like this. Okay, let's do another one because this is good for you guys too. Okay, so here's the St. Gaudens. Boom. Good, 90% gold. All right. I'll do silver for you guys real quick because you guys like silver too. So we'll do some silver. Okay. So yeah, I don't have a great setup here, guys, but hopefully you can kind of follow along with this. So see that, Morgan? It's a fake one anyway, but see how that line's on there? That means it's bad. All right. Philharmonic inside the brackets, good. Britannia, good. Eagle, good. See that? All right. You can go through this pretty fast. Buy one of these if you have a lot of metals, okay? It's totally worth the purchase. They're going to run you around $1,000, maybe a little over that. And okay, I don't know, it's not turning off. Okay, I'm going to put that away over here. What other questions you guys have for me? All right. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. I don't have the like little maple grams with me. Grams can be good if you get a good price for them, okay? So what I will show you kind of in the gram area is, I just got to get them to the right side. You can get grams like this, Falcombis, okay? So I'm going to leave them in there. That is 5 and 5, so that's 10 of them right there, 10 grams, okay? When I bought these, each of these grams was going for, I think, about $72 a gram or so, and now they're around like $115 to buy one of these. So if you buy them, you know, and the price goes up, you've technically made some money. However, it can be, you know, I don't really look at it exactly that way because I look at replacement price on that a little bit more. But look at how thin that is. You can put this all anywhere. You can hide this thing, right? So, you know, you're not gonna take this on a vacation with you and shove it into your bag. It's gonna be kind of obvious. Something like this can go in a purse, it can go in a wallet, it can go in a suitcase, and you can have some gold with you to go. Another great thing to do when you're traveling, and I'm serious about this. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired, I guess. You can do this. You can make it really sloppy, but no, you can put them in here and take a capsule of this stuff with you, right? Or just get a dime roll and have it be silver, all silver, but people aren't going to know that. They're not going to be thinking this is silver. So they're not going to be thinking it's silver. They're not going to be super worried about it. You could take one of these tubes with you and you got a bunch of money. Now, why would you do that? Well, let me ask you, what in the world is going to happen if the electricity goes out and you're visiting Manhattan and there's no ATMs for a week or two? You may want some of this stuff, okay? So that's something to kind of think about. All right, what else we got for you? Okay. Okay, I do have vintage bars. I didn't have time to get those to show you guys, but vintage bars, just like these kinds of products back here, they're fun to stack from a standpoint of holding on to, but I put them into more the investment category. So if you're buying a vintage bar at a price premium above, you know, this kind of silver that you can get, know that you're going to have to find a collector that's looking for that. Otherwise, it's just going to be worth silver. It's not going to be anything special. Now, when you're going to buy like a 10-ounce bar or a larger bar, you should be paying less in premium per ounce of silver than you are for coins like this. If you're not, buy the coins, even if it has a king on it, okay? The other thing I like to look at too, guys, when you're doing that is Costco. Costco is a great place to buy silver bars. You can get some crazy good deals there. And then go to the different online bullion dealers and see what their deal of the week is. Sometimes you can get really good deals on, you know, coins like this. Okay. I'm gonna have my fingerprints all over this stuff, huh? All right. If you're in the market to buy a 10-ounce gold bar, you're going to have a hard time selling those. You should have the kind of money where you already have, like, in my opinion, if you're going to go buy a 10-ounce gold bar, you better have 20 of these things in a tube already. And it's got to be something you're going to be holding for a period of time. But you can, let's say you had $10 million and you wanted to buy a bunch of gold, I wouldn't even be buying 10-ounce gold bars. I'd be buying 100-ounce gold bars. If I were buying $1 million worth of gold, I'd be buying probably kilos. You'll get a lot lower premium than you will for these. And if you have that kind of money and you're buying gold, you're not buying it to sell onesie twosies. You're probably going to be selling a big chunk of it to buy a piece of property or trading with it. So it's not as important. But for stackers, I wouldn't stack 10-ounce bars. I wouldn't in gold. I also wouldn't go stack 100-ounce bars in silver. However, I have one. I forgot I brought it out. Here we go. Oh, here's the granddaddy. You guys get me all riled up on this one. Okay, so there's a 100-ounce silver bar. I picked this up recently for, let's see, I think I paid 50 cents below spot for it. I'd have to look at the exact price, but it was right around $32 to $33 an ounce. It is still in the plastic. It's a Scottsdale stacker, so they stack on top of each other. It's a 100-ounce silver bar. I don't own very many of these things. Okay, these are blunt defense weapons as well as silver. They're really heavy. So I got this from Chef Stacker LA, and I'd have to go back and look at the price, but it might have been like $33 or $32.50, something like that, per ounce. Good price. These are expensive. Okay, so if you're going to go buy this from Scottsdale, or if you're going to go buy it from like any of the online bullion dealers that have it, go look at it right now. You're going to be paying about $37.50, $38 per ounce for this. Be careful buying that. There's nothing special about this versus all the rest of the silver here. So if you're going to buy a 100-ounce, brick like this, the whole point of it is you should be buying it for a lot less per ounce than these other kinds of coins. Okay. Otherwise, just go get yourself a bunch of silver eagles. Okay. I'd rather have 100 silver eagles for the same price of buying one of these from an online dealer. But if you can pick this up for below spot because someone just needs to unload them, that's when you buy this stuff. Okay, ping test this mother? I don't think so. You want me to balance this on my hand? That's the best you're gonna get, okay? A Sigma, my Sigma will not do this, okay? It has wands, but my wand is gonna go like that deep, okay? You won't know about the rest of how deep this is, okay? So this is one that has a serial number on it and everything. I have not fully tested it, but I bought it from a friend. I'm hoping it's all good. It's really heavy. It sounds solid. And it came in the original box, and it has the the receipt and stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's good, but I do need to go check that one. That thing is heavy. I don't think the app works on the 100-ounce bars. Yeah, I really don't think so. You want me to ping test it against someone's head? Okay, now here's another thing. You can hide something like this in plain sight. People are not going to know what this is. If you have this down like on the floor or in a drawer, this is a defense weapon. Okay, this thing is heavy. I mean, look at that. One hand. Okay, that is heavy. And yeah, it could be a murder weapon, so be very careful. Could be a doorstop too. I do have a lot of pew-pews, guys, so they are lock and loaded. My magazines are loaded, and I've actually been sleeping with my gun under my pillow the last couple weeks. So don't startle me at night. Wouldn't be good. I also got a sniper rifle too, if I can see you guys coming. All right, let me see what else you guys are asking in here. This is funny. 400-ounce gold bars. Yeah, that's out of my market a little bit. Okay, Michael Porter said, when do you go to sell your metals? Should you do it all at once or separately? So there's no shoulds. There's just, trial and error on some of this stuff, guys. First off, if you are trying to get the most bang for your buck and the most money out of this stuff, you need to have something like an Instagram. You need to have something like a lot of focus. You need to have like Instagram, or you need to have eBay store to try to get retail. But those, Instagram's not going to charge you money, but you got to build up a big social media following. If you have eBay, they're going to take, for something like this, they're going to take 5%. For something like this, they're going to take about 8% if you have a store. If you don't have a store, everything's 13% that they take, okay? Now, you got to insure stuff. If you're going to ship something like this, you better insure that, okay? It's a one of a kind. You're not going to be able to replace it. And so you're going to have to pay the person their money back. And you do not want to be out $6,500 if you were to sell it for that much, or $4,000, okay? Now, I've never shipped anything this big, and the reason I don't ship this big is I don't know what to do with it. It's heavy. This I would probably take to a local, coin store to sell, instead of trying to ship it. And you're going to get below melt for those for the most part. So right now, if I were to go unload these, I would probably lose a little bit of money on them. But locally, but if I wanted to try to sell it on eBay, I could probably make, $200 or $300 on it. But I got to figure out how to ship it. It's kind of heavy. Now, I wouldn't go take all of this stuff to a coin store and just say, hey, give me the price and unload it. I wouldn't do that. But you need to have an exit strategy when you start off. And, so when you're buying these, you need to have an exit strategy. Like, why are you buying them? Are you buying them because you want them to just be savings long term? Are you buying it because you are hoping that silver is going to $100 an ounce and you're going to sell it when it gets there? Or are you buying it because you're freaked out and you're really scared and worried that, the dollar is just going to die and, you want to have some real money? Okay, those are all reasons to stack and to just hold on to it long term. But if you're buying something because you believe it's going to go up in price, right? So vault boxes over here, or you buy something like this. I bought this believing that it was the first of its kind. It's going to go up in value. I also had raw ones, and I sold those. And I was able to sell them for a premium on top of a gold eagle. But, this one I can get away with. This one is probably going to go for the same price as a gold eagle that comes back as a 70. Okay, it's probably going to go for the same amount. This one does have the cool little special symbol. We'll be talking about that tomorrow too, by the way, at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern. So, if I were to go sell this at a coin store, I would probably first call up three different coin stores, and I would get the price of Eagles. I'd get the price of Britannias. I get the price of like their Morgans and Peace dollars. And then, I might ask them on some of this gold stuff. These you're going to bring in and negotiate with them and try to talk to them. And if you're going to try to sell stuff like this, or even like this, you need to go to eBay and find the price that they sell for on eBay and print that out and bring it to the coin store so you can show them. That's not a guarantee they're going to give you anywhere near that price, but you can help them understand that, hey, this is, worth a little bit more than an eagle. You might be able to show them what this came for from the mint, and they still need to make their profits off of it. So if these are selling for, say, $100 on eBay right now, you're still probably only going to get $65 to $70 for it, okay? They're going to lock in some of their profit for it, but that's a lot more than them giving you like melt for it. Okay, that's just an idea. I haven't tried that yet. All right, let's see what else you guys have to ask. Cash carry, yeah, that's true too. Now, another thing I'm going to tell you guys, okay, that's also smart to do, is it's smart to have emergency cash with you for a couple of reasons. One, you never know. Look at that. Could he look any more disappointed that he's been put on to fake money? that has no real value to it. Look at that. He's just so disappointed, Mr. Franklin there. Carry stuff like this where it's not easy to find it, and have something with you. There's a couple reasons for it. One, emergency cash is really good. Okay, now I'm just going to tell you, this isn't going to do crap in an emergency anymore because of all the inflation. So you got to bring his friend. You got to get 2 friends together. And if you really want to, where is it? If you really want to like go big time, you bring all of these friends with you. Okay. But you can fit that in a wallet if you wanted to. But have emergency cash with you. But here's another thing. I can go by my local jewelry store, and sometimes they charge sales tax, and sometimes they don't. But don't tell Gavin Newsom that, because he's kind of a greedy SOB kind of guy. Anyway, if you have these with you and you happen to see a great deal on Eagles, where you might be able to pick up Eagles, like I just saw at this store. I was going to buy some, and then I decided to just get dinner first before I did this live stream. But they had 3 Buffalo rounds that were not in capsules, and they were selling them for $1 over spot. That's not a bad price from a store, right? A lot of times I can get the silver around here quite a bit below spot, but it's not a bad price. If you have the cash like this, sometimes you can get a better deal, and they just kind of lose it in inventory, and you don't have to deal with stuff. But only if you got one of these. If you do credit card, it's not gonna work. So have that stuff with you. All right, I'm gonna see what else you guys have question-wise in here. Let's see. You always got to consider the bullion dealer guys for sure. Yeah, look, like as you're saying too, if you bring this in and you show that it's listed for $6,500, okay, the bullion dealer is not going to care. But if you can show him that there have been like 4 of them that have sold for $4,000, okay, you might be able to get $100 more for this over the price of like bringing in a Buffalo to them. You might get a little bit more for it, but you're not going to get a ton right off the bat. Where you're going to make your money from this is selling this like at a coin show, or you're going to make your money from selling this on eBay if you've got a store. But you're gonna have to sit there for a while. This has been up for quite a bit, and I was not able to sell it at 4,000, so I moved the price up to 6,500. We'll see what happens. I might be holding on to that for a little bit. All right. Yes. You want to come say hi? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then just go around. Okay, let's see what else you guys are asking about here. There's got to be more than 8 thumbs up, though. Are there only 8 thumbs up? I'm showing 68, so. And we got 44 in here. So you guys, a lot of people have kind of come in and out. We're just kind of having a fun night tonight. Okay, so I'll put another plug in for you guys on this. I'm going to be changing some of the members stuff. We're going to get rid of the $1 member. We're going to have $3 member for cool icons, $50 member for my access to my cell phone and to be able to text me, guys. That's a great way. It's $50 a month. That's a great way to answer questions if you're at the store and I happen to be available. Or we can at least answer questions for you from time to time. I do work during the day, so sometimes I can't get to it. And that also comes with a Zoom call that we're going to be doing once a month. And we'll be going over all your questions and some cool stuff. Then I'm going to put together a $200 one that's going to be one-on-one mentoring, okay? I know a ton of stuff. I can help you guys with a lot of things, anywhere from stacking precious metals to investing in real estate to stocks and crypto, okay? And then I've got a couple degrees in advertising and marketing, so I might be able to help you in some other areas there too if you need it. But that's going to be set up. And then the last thing is on Slice. If you go down to the description below, you can see the link to Slice, and there's a discount code that it goes until the end of Saturday. And that is for my investment group, okay? So I'm gonna be telling you guys when I find deals like this, okay? So if I had Slice set up and I had a bunch of people on there, I would pick up these bars, for example, and I would basically say, hey, I've got these bars, anybody interested, okay? And we'll have a good price. When I go to pick up a bunch of these Peace Dollars and these Morgans, and we've got a bunch of extras, I'm gonna let you guys know on there that we've got extras. And I'm gonna let you know I'm buying them, okay? This is what I'm buying them for. This is the price to look for. If I see a killer deal on Costco, these things only last for like an hour, and then they're gone. Buffaloes specifically. You know, that'll be a place I'll put a notification out. Hey, Buffaloes are back on Costco, go look at it. And then we're going to be talking about mining stocks. I'll show you guys my portfolio, which ones I'm investing in, how my allocation's working there. And then we'll start to drill into each of those companies on why I'm putting money into those and what my strategy is. Okay, so that's some stuff for you guys to be aware of. Let me see if you had any other questions. For 100K, I will come to your house, yes. And I will bring you this coin too. So I'll come to your couch and you can have this coin for 100 grand. So we'll see what happens. And I might pick up a few friends on the way and we'll have like a huge party. Okay, that's hilarious. Okay, guys, let's see. I'm gonna go back up a little bit earlier, see if we've got a few more questions. I just want to make sure I hit some good questions for you guys. All right, I'm not seeing anything else earlier. So I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. And we're going to do this real quick. So there's the fun stuff. And then I'm right here so you guys can say hi. Take these off. All right, so that's bright in your face. I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. This has been kind of fun to show some of my stack and some of the stuff out. What I want to have you guys remember is this. Stacking is not investing, and investing is not stacking, but it is. Okay. So anytime you're converting from dollars, okay, which is fiat, the only thing backing this, and you can see it on there, it's a Federal Reserve note. It's not even a United States Treasury note. It's a Federal Reserve note. These are really just backed by the nuclear weapons of the United States. That's pretty much what it's backed by, and really just the threat of using them. This stuff is backed by the metal that it's made out of, okay? So anytime you're converting from this to this, I don't consider that an investment. I just consider it moving your wealth into sound money. When you start getting into things like this, where you believe they're going to go up in value over time, that's starting to get into an investment. When you're just buying coins that are out there, guys, you're really just stacking, okay? Sometimes you get nicer coins, and sometimes you get kind of used and worn coins, okay? And that's okay. I think this is the smarter way to go, though, to be honest with you guys, if you're trying to stack for weight. This is the smarter way to go. I'd bulk up on these kinds at the right price. And right now, where I think you can get your best bang for your buck is looking for dimes, quarters, and half dollars, you know, in tubes and stuff. You can get a little better price bulk. I would stay away from collecting like this until you've hit your basic goals and you're now looking to hold on to things. I might be holding on to this coin for a couple of years, and that's okay. It'll keep going up in value, but here's the deal. Will it go up as much as just buying a Buffalo will, percentage-wise? And the answer might be no. That might be the answer. And so, you know, at the same time, if all I had was Morgan dollars, right? If all I had was Morgan dollars and gold-wise, I only had gold eagles, and that was it. It might get a little boring doing the whole stacking thing. So I think it's okay to mix it up. I think it's fun to have a few different kinds of coins that are out there. and rounds and bars. But the key is to look for the deals and to like what you're purchasing and enjoy it. Now, last thing I'm going to tell you guys is you got to secure this stuff, okay? So you need to have a good safe at your house for the metals that you want to keep closed for SHTF, okay? Your best bet is to be able to hide that safe somewhere so that people cannot find it easily. If you don't have money for a safe yet, and you have a ton of metals, sell some of the metals to go get a safe, all right? You want to protect it from fire. You also want to protect it from theft, from people that just happen to be in your house, okay? Now, if you're spending less than about $1,500 on a safe, it's probably not going to keep a criminal out of it for very long. So keep that in mind too. If you're buying them off of, there's not a single safe you can buy on Amazon that's good. Okay, they're all garbage. Now, if you have a safe from there, it's okay. Don't freak out. Just know that you're going to want to upgrade over time. Frankly, if you've got a safe that 4 people can carry out, it's probably not a good enough safe for burglary. Now, you might live in the boonies where none of the houses around you have ever been burglarized, okay? So you may not need to worry about that. A few streets over, we had $500,000 stolen 2 years ago by a Chilean cartel. So if you're in my neighborhood, you want to have a safe that's probably pretty close to 2,000 pounds that is safety rated for valuables, okay? The other thing you can do is you can go to a vaulting facility and you can vault off site, okay? That's a great way to do it. I've got stuff that I vault, and it's really, I keep forgetting where to look at the camera here. It's really good to vault off site if it's a private facility where you've got your own box inside the vault. Sometimes they will segregate it and have it on shelves. You know, that I don't like quite as much because it doesn't have that extra layer of security. But do not put the stuff in a bank safety deposit box, okay? The bank, go look at your contract with them. I haven't heard of any of them that guarantee whatever you put in there is insured. I don't believe that's the case. Okay, even in a private vaulting facility, you've got to go get them insured too. So if you're going to do those kind of facilities, you've got to insure them. You got to take pictures of all your stuff, front and back. You got to take video of it, and you've got to have a record of that stuff. Make sure you have the insurance for it and do that, okay? Now, gold can be hidden pretty easily as well. So can silver. There's a lot of things you guys can do with that. Where I live, I also happen to be in a big fire risk area. So my bigger risk is that the plastic's going to melt all over this coin and I'm going to have to, you know, scrap it. That's my biggest risk. Putting that into a safe is not a guarantee that it's going to work. If my entire house burns down in a forest fire, my safe is going to be compromised. I've got to figure out how to get up here and get around the cops real fast before looters do. So that can be an issue for you guys too. That's one reason to have it off-site if you're in those situations. So I get a lot of comments from people that make sense for their situation, but not for other people's situations. So you got to look at each of your situations and try to figure out what's going to be best for you guys. Do test all of your metals, okay? Make sure you buy them from reputable sources. If you find a good deal and it seems too good to be true, it probably is, okay? If you're good at hunting for deals and you've got the way to test it, you might be able to pick up some great deals, okay, guys? So let's see, I think we're good to go. So I want to thank everybody for coming, and look for my video tomorrow. It'll be coming out around noon with Don Kagan. It's a really good interview. We're going to be talking about ETFs and coins and notes. We're also going to be talking about the new 5th Spanish gold coin coming out. So we're going to have some fun stuff on there, guys. All right, so everybody, thank you. Have a great night, and we will talk soon.